Hey everybody, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade EM and Chat Repair. Today we're back on the Hurricane right there. There we go. Hey Turbo, what's up? How you doing? We got the Hurricane partially tore apart. We're gonna tear apart some more of it today. We're probably gonna Novus 2 part of the playfield, and then we'll wax part of the playfield. We'll get some of that done. I hope that camera is working because I had OBS on and I forgot to turn the camera on. So I hope that one's working, or we're going to have to restart. But let's see. Yes, that's working. So that's what we got at the playfield since last week. We got a good corner of it completely tore apart. And we're going to work on what you see right there. This is the rest of it. We're going to pull the rest of the plastics off. I'm going to take the posts off, and then I'm going to ultrasonic clean them. We're probably going to have to do those, and I'll probably pull them off today, clean them, and then we'll put them back on next week. If I'm not working, you know how that goes. I've been on a lot of weird overtime lately. And the weirdest part about it is now I should be on overtime, but I haven't been. So I don't know what's going on with that. And I hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. I'm so afraid to turn everything now, because I'm afraid to pull something apart. And I need a container too. We got a little container here. Alright, so I got my new lights up. As you can see, it illuminates everything really super nicely now. I can see the screen and you can see my bald spot. So, what were we working on? We were talking about getting that juggler apart. But I kind of want to get this plastic off here first. Get this plastic off. We can get at the bulbs that are underneath here and get the posts off, and I can get them in a bucket, my little bucket here, and then we can get to getting them cleaned. So like I said, I do have a full, yeah, it does look awesome so far. It's dirty. I don't think it's ever been really shopped. The other playfield I got extra parts on it for. I'm going to take the broken plastics off this playfield, and I'll throw them in a box, and then all the good plastic I have on the other playfield, I'll transplant it onto this one, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with that other Hurricane playfield. Probably just save it for parts because it's got some mechs on it that are good. It's got no drop targets. It's got pop bumpers. I think it's got partial flippers. It's got the Juggler. It's got the Ferris wheel, missing one part that I sold to my friend. I think the motor's there. So yeah, it looks like it was in a flood or something like that. I don't know, you guys can't see my head. But anyways, what can you see? Well, you can see me there, and you can see me here. So let's get this plastic off. What I'm going to do is do what I always do in this video. Alright, big side plastic, screw, nothing, nut and washer, nothing, nylock nut, screw, nylock nut, and then that should pull all the way off. And then we'll look underneath and see how the posts are. So I do that with everything I take off. This way when I take it off, I can put it back together and I don't have to worry about it. And again, we're using our plastic bags. And then we just do this on green side plastic. Hey Ryan, how did your stream go on Friday? I saw a good chunk of it, and then I had to get working on this exhibit contact I have. So how'd it go? I know Dave wasn't there. You were there by yourself. But everybody, Ryan streams with Buffalo Pinball. So yeah, Ryan, feel free to post up everything you got where you stream. And he also has the old TurboGrafx channel too. You guys don't use that much anymore. It's screws. I could probably polish these a little bit too. You have almost beat the game. You know, it's a pretty cool game. I love that levitating ball trick it does. That is so cool. I really like that. It was nice too that when I was over there, you made me play it. Otherwise, I probably would have never played it before. I kind of need that push with certain games because I don't know, some games they just don't interest me until I play them, and then once I play them, I think they're pretty cool. So I just really need to just start playing games. Like when I go by Dave's house, just start on one end and work my way down. And just start playing games like that. Just open up my mind to more games. They might not look the funnest or whatever, but they might be a blast. Kind of like Gulfstream. A lot of people think that game sucks, but I had no interest in it when I first saw it. And then after I played it, because it was an old game, I was like, oh, this game's really cool. Yeah, it is a very unique game, and it's very, very super cool. All right, let's get these posts tagged. All right, the rubber is around here. We have two stud posts with short studs, screw, two posts with long studs with the nuts, and then a tiny little short one here. And then we got this one here that we're going to leave and we're going to clean around it, and this one. And then that should be it, but we'll pull these bulbs out. So, and then we got a rubber around here that is hard like a rock. And I got Titan bulbs for this game too. So we will be Titan rubbering it. Oh, God, that was in there good. There must be a what do you call it? Underneath that T-nut. I don't know why. Yeah, there's a T-nut under there. Just hoping all these, what do you call it, come out easy without breaking. I think that taxi, I did a lot of these posts were breaking on me and it drove me nuts. And that one was in there tight. Nothing worse than that when you're taking stuff off and then you break one of these off in a T-nut. Just a pain in the butt. Get the rubber off. Yeah, I think that's been on there a while. We'll throw that right there for now. So, yesterday, was that locked in there? Yeah, it is. Yesterday, okay, that's right in the middle. Yesterday we had Thanksgiving because I worked on Thanksgiving. So we had Thanksgiving. Made turkey and stuffing and homemade mashed potatoes. And I just ate that again today for breakfast. And then after the stream's over, we will have it for dinner or supper or whatever you want to call it. I ate enough for like breakfast where I'm good for lunch. Alright, next thing we're going to do, I'm leaving those bulbs in. The reason why I'm leaving the bulbs in is because I'm going to Novus 2 this whole area right now. We're going to Novus 2 that. And by doing that, I'm going to ensure that I'm not going to get any garbage, liquid, or anything into the bulb sockets. And then once I get done Novus 2ing it, I'll wax it, and then I'll pull the bulbs out. Alright, now I'm going to use, let's use a red one for dusting. I'll just wipe it down real good. Get the dust off. So I really want the dust to be gone. That will interfere with my novusing. Plus it's got to get going anyways. We're cleaning this game, we're shopping it. We don't want any of that dust. But trust me, when I Novus 2 it, it will take all that off. So wherever I can get at right now, we're going to Novus 2. I'm not going to go too close to the Juggler because we will take that Juggler off. Alright. Alright, so we can get to that. Green side plastic is done. Like I said, I'm just going to leave these posts here. I can get around them. They don't need to fully come off. They're underneath the play field. Alright, put those there. Normally, like on EM, I will take them off. On a game like this, sometimes I won't. Just because they're T-nuts riveted that are popped into the back of the playfield. If this was really super dirty, like something got spilled here, all those would come off. But this is just hasn't been cleaned since it was brand new. But normally there's T-nuts on here, and on a lot of these games here, you pull the T-nuts off and you start breaking the T-nuts. We're going to use green for Novus. I should have used red for Novus, since Novus 2 is red. We're using Novus 2. This you can get at, like they say Harley Davidson dealerships. You can get on Amazon. You can get at your favorite pinball place. I get it from my favorite pinball place. I have not tried a Harley dealer yet, but I should. I should go in there and just see how cheap it is. I think I bought one off a Harley dealer on eBay. I needed some really quick, and I didn't want to pay the crazy shipping from a pinball place right away. So I bought some off eBay with free shipping. So I had eBay bucks. So it ended up being free. I had enough eBay bucks that month. Sometimes I will pop a bulb out so I can get around it good enough. And I put it back in. But yeah, this is cleaning up really nice. It's getting really clean. It's got that nice gray you can see right here. Yeah, you can see it's got that nice gray to it now. These are all original bulbs. They're all 44s. They're going to look great with some cool white in it. There we go. Glad we got more Novus too. So this Novus 2 I'm using is a real fine polish. And what's nice about that, it will clean and it will take off lots of built-in, ground-in dirt into the wood. But you can also, if you really sit on one spot too far, you can go right through the finish, right straight down to the wood. It takes a lot to do that with Novus too, but you can accomplish it if you really want to. Let's get that pop bumper skirt. And also, normally I take these pop bumpers apart, but however, on these I am not, because this area, first one, the pop bumpers are in perfect shape. There's no reason to take them apart. Two, the sockets, it's got wedge sockets. They're in perfect shape. Another reason not to desolder it and take it all apart. Three, the skirts are in perfect shape. So, no reason to take them all apart. I will take the pop bumper bodies apart, and I will, underneath, and I will clean everything underneath it. We will do that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not taking the bodies off on these just because they're in perfect shape. If they're broke, you would be replacing them and then taking them apart. And then you got to do all three. Because that's just how it works. You replace one pop bumper body. If you don't have like an old, good used one, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So that's what I do. I should get all these posts right on here, just so I know I didn't forget them. But yeah, that skirt and everything is beautiful on there. I get my pinky in there. There we go. And then when I take the pop bumper assemblies apart to re-sleeve them, and I'll clean the switches off, and we'll get what do you call it? We'll get that clean. Let me get these two off right away too. Now we'll just take a photo of it. Photo. Alright, that'll work. This post is weird. It's got a stack of stuff that doesn't belong on it. It's got a stack of those don't belong on it. Those I'm going to put with those. This for my own. And this is loose. Of course. Let's get my toolbox. I'm going to put that post back together tight. I really jacked up my toolbox when I dropped it the other day. It's got plastic, what do you call it, hinges on it, and I broke them. I'm just tightening this post because it's loose. That's good. Dun, dun, dun. So, those of you who are watching, have you subscribed to Mark's Basement Arcade? Which is right there. And also take a minute to check out the Midwest Gaming Classic. If you like my videos, you will probably like my channel. Because where's the end? Here it goes. No? No? here. Because I do all these videos, but I go into more depth with rebuilding them on my channel. Go more into how I take stuff apart, and I can actually move my camera more. Since this is live, I can't. I have to keep my camera in one spot, but I can move my camera when I do my regular Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube. So please check that out. And I was going to take this off. I got ADD again. See, that's the thing. I go start doing this, and my intentions is just to clean this area. And then I decide to take all this stuff apart and get in here and clean this area. So I'm my own worst enemy. And the good thing is, we got Titan clear silicone rubbers to put on here. So this game is going to bounce like crazy. Here's the other one over there. These, I'm just gonna, what am I gonna do with these? I guess I might as well put them in a bag. And this right, oh, this has a hole in it. I can't use that bag. Well, I can use it for other things. No, that's too thin. There we go, a thick one. Where's my marker? Here it goes. Pop bumper posts. Pop. Bump. Posts. There we go. Another thing too, when you take off any posts, make sure all your posts are the same size, and if they're not the same size, document which posts are longer. Trust me. And this bag's got a rip. Hopefully I won't lose nothing. If you do that, some posts are longer than other posts, depending on what plastics are. So this red one here might have been longer than this one here. You know, they might have been like that to support something. So always look at how big the posts are or how short they are. If you remember when we took off the ramps, I had all these things, and two of them were exact the same size, and the other one was just a teeny bit longer. If I didn't document those, we would have totally screwed up. So now I got them on video, so when I put it back together, I know what's what. So yeah, you definitely want to do that. Alright. There's nothing else. Well, this one right here. Let's go there. I got a Beatles song in my head. Anybody care to guess which one it is? Out of the 200 plus songs they did. It's about a dog. Whoa. I'll never do that again. Flew up there and it bounced right up on top of the juggler. I got so lucky. I'll take these and just put them out, because I'm going to dump this in my ultrasonic cleaner later. And actually I'm going to stick these in there. Martha, My Dear, that's the name of the song. Beatles song. Paul McCartney wrote it about his dog. It wasn't about a girl, it was about a dog. Martha, my dear. I've been watching the Beatles Get Back on Disney Plus. It was supposed to come out on my birthday, or the day before my birthday, I can't remember. It was supposed to be my Beatles birthday present from the Beatles, but they didn't do that. They decided with all the COVID crap and how long the video was that it would have been better to do it live. I mean, do a, what do you call it? Stream it. Because I think I looked at it last night and it ended up being, all the episodes are more than almost 8 hours or something like that. So I can't get too far into this area because of the Juggler, but I will do my best to get where I can. And that was dirty. I wonder if I might need to take some magic eraser on there. I don't like using a magic eraser unless I have to, and I don't even know if, yeah, I got some, I think. It's just this mylar. Oh, it's coming off now. Mylars, it felt like it was really scuffed up and scratchy, but it isn't. This magic eraser, I mean, no, this is taking it off. Oh yeah, look at that. This is one of those things when you take your machine apart, you might as well go nuts on cleaning it, because when are you going to be in this area next? So you go through it, you clean everything, you go through and replace everything. Everything that could go bad, especially bulbs. That's another reason too I'm LEDing this. Because chances are this game's never gonna need bulbs again. Martha, my dear. Yep. Yep, yep. Looking good. Get back. Get back. Back to where you belong. Woo! I'm taking my screwdriver and just pushing down on the towel that's like doubled up, and that lets me get onto the top of this pop-up or ring and get the area I can't get at with my chubby fingers and clean, and that's clean now. Get back to where you won't belong. Yep. Yabba, yabba, do. I just love watching the Flintstones. So, if you missed this episode, chances are you're either watching on Twitch now, later on in the week, or Twitch does not hold the videos forever. They will just disappear. So I upload them to Mark's Basement Arcade right there, and they will stay there forever. Unlike Twitch Twitch will delete them after a week or two, something like that. So now they will stay forever on my channel in case you ever are doing this and you want some video reference, or if you just really like this type of stuff. I actually subscribe to a lot of different type of video channels on YouTube. A lot of repair stuff. I just got into a aviation channel. I'm not into flying or anything like that, but it's just awesome what he does with airplanes. He buys junked airplanes and flips them. Kind of like what I do with pinball machines. I buy a lot of dead EMs. Mine aren't junk though. Well, one was almost junk. But I buy a lot of dead EMs and I bring them back to life. He buys dead airplanes and then either parts them out, sells them after he fixes them. So it's kind of like the same, but I do it with pinballs. This game I bought, it was fully working. It was 100% fully working. And actually I played it for years. Well, not years. A little over a year, something like that. And I had no issues with it. Every now and then I'd have an intermittent issue with the balls. But that, when I redid the board with the connectors, that completely went away. That was the only issue I would ever have once in a great while. And you're probably saying, Mark, you just said you don't take the bulbs out. Oh yeah, it's true. When I first put that Novus down, I don't. But since the Novus is in the rag right now, and it's not going to drip down into the holes, and I got everything dusted, I can take the bulb out and scrub right around it now. See, now I want more area than I was intending. I'm like got this area all done now. This target I have to take apart and slide it over a little bit. It's not centered with the hole. The back is over to the left one way, and the right is over to the other way. Alright. A little more Novus. Maybe I should just keep this thing upside down. I'll do it like that. Didn't like this. Didn't like that. Did a little wiffle ball bat. So I'm on the run. The cops got my gun. Right about now it's time to have some fun. King Ed Rock. On my name, and I got the fly spot. Already got champagne. Yes, I like the Beastie Boys. Really regret I never got to see them in concert. They would have been the bomb to see. Really regret I didn't see a lot of stuff in concert. And some stuff I did see in concert, I regret that I went with friends and wasted the time doing other things instead of watching that concert. I went and saw Van Halen's Monsters of Rock, and I wish I would have paid more attention to it, because my friends, they just wanted to go around and buy a bag of weed and get high, and I really wanted to watch a concert, so I kind of had to follow them around. So they could get their bag of weed and get high. Then once they got their bag of weed, then I got to watch the concert. Because they were happy. And then I got to watch them be stupid for a while. Which was also entertaining. So I hung out with the people that did all that stuff. Because I found them entertaining as hell. They would just get stupid, and I would think it's funny how they would just get stupid. So I just sit back and watch them. clean. And it's going to play so much better too. A clean play field and waxed play field plays so good. The ball will just do crazy English on it when it's hit on a nice waxed clean play field. You'll get English like on a pool table. As you can see, this is a lot of work. It's killing my fingers right now doing this. I am not just like rubbing lightly. I'm pushing hard to get deep down into that ground and dirt and clean it off. But it's looking good. Oh, maybe I could put you guys in here a little tighter. Okay, what can you see? Yeah, you can still see basically everything I'm at. Trying to get right around the mylar. There's mylar here. Always wherever there's mylar, it leaves a dirt track around the edge of it. And there's really nothing you can do about it besides try to clean it really super good. I gotta take that screw off. I might have to take that screw off. We got a nut. There we go. There's a screw. That comes off there. And we'll put the screw back down. When I first turned it, the whole post was moving. That's the way I squeezed it and I got the screw loose. Let me get the plastic off. Five. And we got 5. Sweet. Alright. Let's get back to over here why we originally started. I also got some crazy bright LED flashers for certain areas. Like this one's going to be a LED flasher. All the inaccessible flashers are going to be LED. Everything you can't get at will be LED for sure. Like this flasher, that will come out and we'll put an LED flasher in there. One, LED flashers are bright and it's hid with plastic, so it's not going to really blind you. 2, this is hid with plastic. This is just a regular bulb. If that burns out, oh, is that weird? It's like 2 pieces of glass that were like sandwiched together and fused because it's got a line that goes all the way across the top. Strange. But it's just going to be hid and you're never going to have any access to it. So just LED it. Put an LED flasher on. If it's really hid where it's dark, now that is when you can put like an insane bright LED in to hide illuminate everything really good. I actually have some nice Comet LED strips I may put in certain parts. I didn't know that there was bulbs back here, so I was going to lay one back here, but since we got bulbs, there's no reason to. We will just clean the bulbs, and then you've seen before, well, hopefully seen on last week, we I turned the machine on and we had put some of these cool whites in there and it just lit everything up so beautifully. That's a problem with this game. No, this is not MGC auction one. This one I've had for a while. That one at MGC auction had some little bit of issues because I went to go play it just to see how it played compared to mine, and balls were lost. They were like getting lost somewhere inside the playfield. Somebody said that they were dropping into the cabinet. And that machine had its good points, but then it had its bad points. It was just a hurricane with all original bulbs. I don't know how much they shopped that one, but when I looked at it, it just looked like a good routed machine, you know, that was taken care of pretty decent, except for some reason it was losing balls. So I talked to a couple people that had looked more into it, and they said it wasn't worth what they were selling it for. So I have no idea what else was wrong with it. But this one, the whole driver board's been completely rebuilt and upgraded by Chris Hebler. I wish I know how to say that correctly because I don't want to butcher names because my name gets butchered all the time. Chris Hebler. Clown time, yes, clown time. So Chris completely went through the board and fixed everything that was jacked up on it. They had whoever worked on it. This was a routed game. So you know what they do at routed games. They do whatever they can to get them working. So actually I'll show you. Let me see if we can get it there. I will show you. Routed games, they do what they can to get them working. And this was a routed game at one time. So they did what they could to make this machine work, but it wasn't a good idea. The whole GI area over here, they took it and let me see if I need you to stay. We still got to put a color DMD on it. You can kind of see. There we go. So the whole GI area here, as you know, any routed game, especially on these old boards, the GI burns out, it gets crispy, destroys the connectors. Hello, Jeremy. Comet's my favorite. Anyway, so the driver board here, all the connectors were, you know, smoked. So what they did was they pulled this whole board out, took all these wires, completely cut them off, and put some really crappy old arcade style connectors, soldered everything to the board, and plugged them in with arcade style connectors. Yes, the board was removable. However, it was never interchangeable again with any other pinball machine. So they did that with, let me get my magic pointer. They did it with the power supply here. That was soldered right to the board and had some crappy weird connector on it. So 1, 2, 3 connectors here were all destroyed. 1, 2, 4. The 4 connectors here, they cut all the wires. You can see how short they cut them. All the red wires are what I put on. They cut them all short like that. So I had to add new lengths of wire to everything and then repin all the connectors. So they had it all jacked up like that. And then Chris said, like on a lot of stuff that he replaced on here, they had replaced the voltage regulators, or did work on them, but they had pulled the through pins from the board completely out, and he's like, or it was on a cap or something. Anyways, look for on Chris Hibler's page. It's something versus the sea creature, But that is my board. So anyways, he fixed all the errors and issues and did the upgrades it needed. So this board is 100% bulletproof now. And then I repinned all the connectors and then soldered them up and then heat shrunk them and I made them look pretty. So, and then I did Frank's battery board on the MPU right here. So, yeah, I don't know what was done with that other Hurricane, but a couple people told me it was not worth what it was. I don't know if they're just Hurricane haters and they don't like Hurricane, or if that board, that machine needed more work than, you know, reflected in its price. So this machine, yeah, get that back in there. I hate putting these things in there. There we go. What was I gonna say? Oh, this machine, I have upgraded flipper fidelity speakers in it. It's got partial LEDs already on here. I got to replace them more. It's gonna be fully 100% Comet LED on the whole machine. And then you know me, I strip my machines down completely and redo them. So let's get my camera back down here. See if I can widen it back out. I hate having a crooked camera, it drives me nuts. And that's about as straight as I'm gonna get it. So yeah, and then I rebuild all the mechs, like the drop targets will get rebuilt. The pop bumpers, I'll tear them apart, re-sleeve them, and do all that stuff. So yeah, that mech, I mean that Hurricane that was at MGC, like I said, I went to go play it and the balls were gone. The game was just waiting for balls and there was no balls to be found in the game. So I don't know if it had issues or the balls fell through somewhere in the playfield or what. I don't know where they would fall through unless there was a broken vertical up kicker or something like that, or this was broke back here and it went into the hole back here, but I have no idea. Thank you, Jeremy. Yes, I did have a great Thanksgiving, Jeremy. I had a great one. We had it yesterday. So yeah, I had turkey for breakfast. I had a whole Thanksgiving dinner for breakfast again. And yeah, thank you on my wiring. That was hours of work. But I asked Chris several times about, you know, doing how to do it correctly. And he said, just do it like this. He goes, it works. It might not look really super pretty like that. He goes, but you don't have nothing to work with as for wiring. So just do that and you'll be set and it will work perfect. And it did. So I wish I had matched wires, you know, to make it look a lot better, but you got to work with what kind of wires you got. And I sent him a picture after I was done. He goes, yep, that's perfect. It will do the job. And it's been perfect ever since. Like I said, the machine worked. It just, I knew if I was ever going to sell it, I had to fix that board. That is why I bought the machine, is because I got it cheap. Because that board was so jacked up. And the guy who owned it knew it was. But he didn't know it was like that when he bought it. He kind of got scammed on the game when he bought it. So, I forgot what he said wasn't correct with some of the stuff that was described with the game or something. So I ended up getting a deal because that board was so hacked up. And I said, you know, it's going to cost hundreds of dollars to have that board repaired correctly. So therefore, I got hundreds of dollars off the price of the game. And I played it forever. Well, you know, a year and something like that. And then I had sold it. I had sold the game. And the guy who I bought off of knew it was, you know, I had to get the board fixed. And then he came up with some excuse where he needed his money back. So I was a nice guy. I didn't have to give him his money back, but I did. So, but I already had the board sent out to be repaired. So now I tell people, no refunds on deposit for anything I sell. I won't refund your deposit anymore. So, and then, you know, the funny thing is, you know, after I gave him his money back, within a week or two, he's out there posting who's got games for sale. So you live and you learn. I don't like this post here. It's just dirty, this area, but I don't think I can do anything about it. It's under a post. Yeah, you can't see anyways. Why am I worrying about it? It's dirt under a post. We gotta do it anyways. Let's get this juggler off. Let's do that. I want it clean back there and I can't because the juggler's in the way. The only way to do that is get the juggler off. So we need to do that. Alright. Okay, let's get this flashlight over here. And you guys can still see. Let me see if I can catch up a chat. You are a very nice guy. Yes. Like I said, I did not say, you know, anything about the refund. And I learned. Well, the thing is, you know, he's like, I got a family emergency. You know, I really need the money back. You know, this, that, you know, that. And I'm like, you know, okay, you know, yeah. I'll do it. But I don't know if I got played with or not. I'm trying to find out what the hell is holding this thing down. I think there were screws on the back, if I remember correctly. And I remember we're gonna have to lift this back up again. Put it like that. And get this. And we're gonna have to slide it back again. I just broke a connector. Oh, good, I didn't break it too bad. Whew. I thought I broke it good. I just broke part of the outside. Okay. So you learn from that one. Pull it straight. All right. Pull it straight. Are we still hanging on that? So I got it out further than that. Yes. Alright. So we are just gonna remove that board because I am not damaging that board. And I don't remember what board that's called. But we will just unscrew it. I broke part of the connector, just the base of it off. It's still good, but I don't want to actually break the board. I don't know why it's grabbing now. It didn't grab last week. So I'll just take this board completely off. It was the back part of the connector that doesn't really do anything. the part where the wire clips onto is still there, so the wire will still lock to the board. I did bend the connectors a little bit, but I can straighten those out with my needle nose pliers. But the lock is still there. Yeah, like that. I'll show you as soon as I straighten it out. I don't know if that was a... I have to look at the wire. I don't think... No, because that would be laying down there right now. So yeah, the just a little, the plastic part I broke off. The connectors are still good, and then where they lock onto is still there. So, no harm, no foul, or whatever you would say. And then I bent the pins a little bit. Up there. That's good. But I do have new connectors. If I do have an issue, I'll put a brand new connector on the board. I don't think it will. I think it's still going to lock on and hold on properly. Just goes like that. There. I'll leave that lay down there out of the way. Okay. So, what time is it? It's not even 3. Why does it feel like I've been doing this for over an hour? Alright. Now we ain't got nothing to snag onto. All we were snagging onto was that board. And it's now out of the way. Alright. I only want to go so far because I don't want to drop the playfield down into it. I think that will hold. I can't remember how I propped it last time. And no, I can't see. Let's see if I use this hunk of wood. Maybe I did that. Nope. How did I do that last time? Like that? I think I did that last time. I don't know. That will work, won't it? Okay. 6 screws back there. And I got a wiring harness. That's probably unplugged. Yes, it is. There we go. Now we got 6 screws. Six screws. All right, fun. But yeah, like I said, can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. Like I said, I don't know. That whole story with the refund was accurate or what. I have to take the guy's word for it. You know, he did say he'd want to buy it again if it was up for sale. I'm like, well, it was up for sale when you bought it. So I said it's still up for sale now. But it's not really up for sale now because it's sold again. This time I know it's gone because I did work on a machine of theirs, and they saw this and wanted to buy it right away. And I need something to stand on. Let's get this little chair. Okay. There's my screwdriver. Look at all the extra junk I found in the back of the game. Holy screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like a half a dozen back here. Oh, lean too much on it. So there's a ball back here. Where else can I gotta lean if I need a balance. I'm not gonna lean on the play field. I'm gonna lean on the body of the game. They didn't make these screws easy to get out either. Well, 6 screws on L brackets that hold the juggler down. Jeremy, I was going to tune into you today, but I was sleeping again. You know I sleep in late. I'm a very late night owl. I was up till 3 something last night. So I didn't get to check your thing out. Here we go, the juggler. Very interesting mech. Well, this technically doesn't do anything. I'll explain what it does when I get this playfield back down. Oh, let's do this first. Get these screws out of here. The minute I put them down, they're going to fly all over. So what do? We bag and tag. Juggler. Juggler. Let's get these back out. And then I want to put the playfield back down correctly. There we go. Alright. I'll explain what the juggler does. There. Let me do something with that. I don't like it dragging. I drag it, I'm just going to keep snagging on wires or something. And then I'm going to be really up shit creek without a paddle. So we will do this. We will zip tie it to the board. There we go. Juggler is a mech, but it's not really a mech. The ball comes up here, and it's got a vertical up kicker that kicks the ball through here and over to here, which is here, and then this just kicks it into the bumpers. So that's really all it is. Oh, we can turn that off. But yeah, that's all. Really, all this does. So it just sits down there like that. The vertical up kicker, you just kicks it, and it just flies around through there, and it does that little magic trick. That's about it. So we don't have red bulbs with these condoms on it. What I got was red LEDs to put in there instead. And then I will take these and unscrew all the screws and put them so they focus right in there. And then this flasher, I'll replace that with a nice super bright LED flasher. I have like a really super, like a 10 amp SMD. So that will have a nice flash in the back. So let's put the juggler in the parts box. And we can get back to waxing and cleaning this back area and dusting. Or no, we use blue, red for dusting. And there's Opto over here that I need to clean. That is right here. And I'll probably have to unscrew these two screws. Just move it over to the side and then we'll clean it. Same with the Ferris wheel. Once I get that out, I'll clean the Opto. And the trick is getting those things focused back. That's a pain. Actually, I'm not going to remove them. I'm going to take a Q-tip. Take a Q-tip and cut it in half. So I got two short little Q-tips, and I'll put alcohol on them, and then I'll hold it with my needle nose pliers, and I can just work my hand in there and just go back and forth, and I won't have to readjust the Optos, because the Optos are like garage door opener. You know, you got the sensors on each of the garage door opener. If they're off, nothing's going to work correctly. And they have to be just perfect so that beam can sense itself. And that's the same with the Optos. There's one on each side of this around horseshoe here. And those, I actually had them off at one time when I first got the machine. They were off slightly, so when you would do something and it shook enough, it would register the Ferris wheel bonus. So we don't want that again. And that's good. I can get all that area clean. And I'm blinded now because I was looking at the light. And I think a lot of people like Comet the most out of all the trilogy of the roller coaster games, because that was what the first was, $1 million point you could get or something like that. I don't know if somebody remembers. If you could post up, but I think that was it. It was the first game that gave you 1 million points by accomplishing a target or something like that. First 1 million points went lit or something. But yeah, and plus the art that you can see on Comet. I don't know. I always like Comet more, most just maybe because that was the first one. I don't know, but I do like all three of the Comet, Hurricane, Cyclone. Well, Comet, Cyclone, Hurricane. I do like all three of them. But I'd have to say probably Comet's my favorite. I can't remember if I played Cyclone or not. I don't know. Okay, what the hell is that? Oh, it was just bound up, and it's like, why did that towel just get like a big clunk on it? And it was just when I was pushing it, it folded up on itself. This area is just filthy back here. This has never been removed to be cleaned. I'm just trying to clean the gunk off this mounting area where the Hurricane was. It's not going to really matter. I don't know why I'm cleaning. I want to clean so bad underneath it, but it's like I said, it's not going to matter. I want to get this bulb out though. That's a brand new bulb. I don't want to go over it with my Novus and get it all dirty. Let's get along on the back there too. Clean that wood. Man, Novus, you can use that to clean up just about everything. Okay. I can put that back in there now. Let's go along the top here. Clean that. one, I know that too. There. Alright. This post, I'm gonna take this one off right now. And we'll clean that, and then we'll put it back on. So another thing, everybody, our schedule on tvMGC has changed a lot. So I know there's a show on tonight with Jason is on tonight. All right, there. Jason is on tonight, and Monday, I think Dan and Matt are on. No more Pinball Mayhem on Tuesday for a while. I don't know when Ed is going to be back. Ed took a new job, more of like a dream job for him, so which is really awesome. Always try to do what you love in life, and Ed got that job, so you know, I applaud him for taking a big step like this and actually doing something he loves. So he's not going to be on for months. That I know. It's about 3 months, I think he said. Ed will not be on, so no Ed's Pinball Mayhem workbench on Tuesdays. So, like I said, I do not know when he's going to be back on. It's going to be at least 3 months off. So he's got to move a company and get everything back up and working. So he's in one side of the state, the company's in the other side of the state, but the company right now is down in another state. So yeah, he's a busy guy right now. So nothing on Tuesdays. The other show would be the Gin Master. He's on Wednesdays, I believe at 6. Dan and Matt are on Mondays, I think at 9:30. I'm on Sundays at 2 p.m. Unless I'm working next week, then I'm not. Yeah, it's beautiful now. It's all shiny. So yeah, if anybody's interested in volunteering their time on tvMGC, please send an email through MGC's email address. You could probably find it right here. If you want to volunteer any help for anything MGC, that's either if it's Twitch or volunteering at MGC, contact them and they would be happy to get you as a volunteer. So, and like everything I do here is all volunteer. I am not getting paid for any of what I'm doing here on MGC. I just believe in MGC and I want it to thrive. So by me doing this, volunteering these streams, I get a couple things accomplished. I force myself into working on games when I don't want to, and it helps out MGC by every time somebody subscribes or follows or watches, MGC gets a little revenue from the streaming, and it helps pay bills. So it's a bonus. Plus then I get to meet cool people too, which is awesome. So I met a couple people that have watched me stream, and then a couple of people that have known me otherwise started watching me stream. And by doing that, that helps out MGC. So that's beautiful. Those two posts. I don't know if they're ever going to be seen. But they're clean and pretty. Oh, I got one over here I should take off and clean too. This is just my green 3M scrubby pad. And I highly recommend the green 3M scrubby pad versus generic ones. Generic ones, they tend to fall apart a lot more. And when they fall apart more, they just crumble to hell. And they just make a big mess. These do crumble, but not as bad. They hold up a lot longer and do a better job at cleaning. So I want to clean this post that's right here too. And I'm going to sit down over here again like a midget. A little person. Come on. There we go. I got a little one of my kids' baby chairs here. That's why this game looks so giant. It's like a Atari Hercules behind me now. So, I don't know if any of you guys have been following me. I got this Exhibit Contact 1939 wood rail. That's right, just like straight across from Hurricane. And I don't know what's up with that game. Usually I can take apart any EM game, go through it, put it back together, and it works with maybe a little switch issue or something like that, you know, where the switch is adjusted wrong, or it's not registering, or it registers right away. But this Exhibit, I cannot get the thing to work correctly. If I manually do stuff, it works correctly. But for some reason, something is not doing what it needs to do. And I don't know if throughout the years there were little issues with the game and somebody just rigged it to play barely. But this game is giving me a headache. I went through the whole complete head, took the head apart, and put the game back together, did the play field, went through that, cleaned that all up. There's some type of like a bonus game-winning stepper that's in a cabinet. Clean that up and start the game, and there's other things worked, which was nice, but now something else doesn't work that kind of did before. But it worked, but it didn't do anything. You never got points, and I can't figure out why. Like, some of the targets will say 500, so I should get 500 points off them, but I'm not. So I'm like, this game is blowing my mind, and I can't figure it out. And the big problem is I have no schematics. So I'm really almost at a loss on this game, where it's going to beat me. It's going to beat me because I don't have schematics, and it's somebody that has been in there and worked on it before, and they replaced a couple wires, and then they had zip stripped other wires, and I don't know why they were zip stripped. And then they had some of the mechs, they put zip strip on the mech. I don't know why they would do that either, because these mechs that are in the head, they got actually like weights on them, and they contact switches, and then when the solenoids fire, it pulls up the weight and hits another leaf, and then the weight of it just pulls it back down and lets it sit. So I don't know, it's blowing my mind. And I don't like games beating me, but I think this one is gonna beat me. And it's gonna be my only failure at repair. I've repaired every other thing. It might have took me, several tries, and then like Captain Obvious, things popped out at me. But with this game, it's not doing that. There is no Captain Obvious issues. something that's hidden. Now where the hell is my flashlight? There's that one. Here's that one. Alright, so yeah, it's... I wish it was some Captain Obvious stuff, but it's not. It's really pissing me off. And I'm not one of those guys either that's gonna keep taking somebody's money to try to repair a game. I got a very small deposit on the game, and if I can't fix it, that's all I'm charging the guy, is just that little deposit. I can't, I'm not gonna, if I can get it working, I'll charge by the hour, but if I can't fix it, I'm just gonna say, you know what, that deposit that I took, that's it, you know. Because I figured like a diagnostic deposit, I figured on a game, because I told him I would not shop the game because it's so old. I don't know what it needs. You know, I don't know. I can't get parts for it. Like the mechs, I couldn't even take them all apart correctly because I could see how they worked. But the thing is, when I took it apart, and if I lost anything or anything broke, I'd be SOL because I couldn't find anything. So I took the mechs down as far as I could to clean them, and then that was it. Yeah, so I get that crazy and going with Q-tips to clean. So like I said, you're there once, do it correctly. And clean it correctly. I wonder if there's a light underneath there. Maybe there was. And it was just so damn dirty, you couldn't see it. This is a vertical up kicker. Ew. That's a vertical up kicker. All it does is just, it throws the ball up. But it's dirty too. Oh no, it's just not dirty. It looks dirty, but it isn't. Nope. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You know, we got to get a little further on this game because I want to get these ultrasonics cleaned. In order for me to do that, I have to stop doing this cleaning. And we have to skip. Can you hear that? That's the switch clicking. Alright. We gotta skip that. I have to get these plastics off. So I want to clean all the posts. So, I know we got a little ADD here. But that's how I roll. Telephone. Mm-hmm. We're working on the plastics I need to get off. Alright, there's a small post here, screw and washer, long post here, stud. There's a washer underneath this. There's no washer under there, no washer there. This is a small post again, screw, and a long post. And this has that little stud thing, and this is the exact same thing but blue. This is all blue over to here, and then this is all red up here. Alright, this plastic, we have a screw, a little stud, nylock nut, screw, nylock nut, with this brace or whatever. And we have a screw, nylock nut. There we go. Screw, nylock nut, screw, All right. We get a good bag. No, that's got holes in it. Good bag. Always inspect these bags too before you use them. I used one that had a hole in the bottom, and I put all my junk in it, and I had hardly anything left in it. I'm like, what the hell? And it was luckily left in a spot. Slingshots. And orange plastics. Long orange. Alright. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. You gotta get up, get down. Gotta get up, get down. Ooh, this is a long screw. I took off the whole post. Oh, there's 2 there. But there's not 2 here. This one's not needed. That one is definitely not needed. This one's more needed than this one. Okay. And I'm pretty sure this plastic is junk. Do 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 do. That's purple too. Do 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 do. And over this week, I'll take all these plastics and we will put them in ultrasonic cleaner. I will. And then next week, if I am not working, they will be clean and they will be able to be put back on the machine. Those are purple and not blue. I'm looking for a Bram Stoker's Dracula PS swap. Yes, should follow him, definitely. I wish my video was up yet. I have I did a sorcerer, and I did a complete playfield swap on a sorcerer, but I don't have it up yet. Unfortunately, I'm uploading all my videos in order. But yes, if you can follow anybody on any playfield swap, do it. I recommend do like I'm doing, where I take everything, I take pictures and then I take it apart and then I bag and tag it like this. I would definitely do that. There was the guy, he's got a channel, it's called Arcade Crusade, and I used to watch his stuff a lot. He doesn't want to make videos anymore right now. He's got some other stuff that's pending in his life that's more important. So he's not doing any videos right now. I haven't even really seen him post on Facebook or anything. So I know he was talking about selling most of his stuff because he had to move. So I don't know what's going on with him. But he would document all of his stuff exactly how I am. So yes, if you can follow anybody's advice, do it. But I learned this trick off of Arcade Crusade by documenting everything I do with video and pictures, and then bagging and tagging each thing in a group or separate. And then this way you know where exactly all your hardware goes and all that cool stuff. And welcome to tvMGC. I have repair videos here. Please subscribe and check them out. I do a lot of EM stuff, but I'm getting more into solid state. Let me see, I did a taxi. So if you're interested in that, I did a complete refurb on a taxi. I had built new displays for it and everything. I did a World Cup soccer, and I showed how I tore apart a World Cup soccer. So I don't know if that stuff will help you, but yeah, please check that out. Like and subscribe, please. And also, you probably know about MGC, that's why you're here. There's a link to MGC, the Midwest Gaming Classic. It's the biggest show of its kind in the world, I believe. Holy rubber bands and holy bulbs. So yeah, if you're into anything to do with gaming, and it's not just pinballs, it's everything to do with gaming, arcade games, computer, console gaming, card gaming, all that stuff. If you're into any of that, check out Midwest Gaming Classic, and they have everything for you. Okay, let's do a video on this. And like I said, I do a lot of videos. Alright, this lower one, I got a screw, a small post, a screw, small post, screw, small post, screw, screw, small post, screw, and nothing back there. Nothing that we worried about. And we got all those bulbs we gotta replace. So yeah, your phone is your friend when it comes to doing this. I couldn't believe the lack of rubbers that are actually on this game. There like is none. Yes, and Kerry Hardy, I also follow him too, and I learned a lot from him. So I think that's what this. Oh, my buzzer went off. That's a Mike Dimas thing from Pinball Shenanigans. You can learn a lot from him too. Pinball Shenanigans. Also Pinball Mayhem. Check them out too. You can learn a lot from them. Jeremy and Ed do a lot of videos too. So yeah, you can follow me, Mark's Basement Arcade, on YouTube. Follow Pinball Mayhem on YouTube. Follow Pinball Shenanigans on YouTube. If you're into really like older stuff, follow Mike's Classic Pinball on YouTube. If you're into odd gameplays where they're just short little videos on some gameplays, my friend rebuilds games and then makes short little videos on them sometimes. You can check out Pinball Wizard. So, but yeah, like I'm doing, where I'm keeping all this stuff separate. I do this mostly on these type of games. I keep everything separate because all the EM games I do, everything is just so straightforward. But on these games, it's a lot more complex. So, but yes, watch everybody and see what they do, and then see what is your best approach at fixing things and tearing it apart. But yes, please, yeah, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd totally appreciate it. And I have another part of the hurricane that's on there right now. And yeah, just follow tvMGC too, which would be cool. No, I do not do that. I do not wash the wiring harnesses. I'll wipe them down if they're, dirty and stuff like that. I'll wipe them down. I'll go through them and, I got this camera down low. I'll do all that too. Wipe them down, but No. If you're doing a very like full refurbish, yeah. That sorcerer I did, I wiped what do you call it, the harness down as good as I could, and that was about it. But yeah, that was a beautiful machine when it was done. All my screws are bag tagged, zip locked, thrown in the parts bin with the rest of the parts. Now I can clean all this. So I think we're going to end up getting to this mech next week. The reason why is, one, my playfield's in that room right there. Well, storage closets. It's in there, and I have to drag that out to get the parts off the Ferris wheel. Yeah, and I'm not doing that right now because I have to move this camera off. So I guess we're not doing that today. So we'll take this plastic and we'll throw it in there too. So yeah, you can go in there and wash your playfield. I have to get a soda because I'm thirsty. But yeah, you can do that. Take your harness and put it in a dishwasher. You can totally do that. I believe that's what Kerry Hardy does. But Kerry goes into more higher end restores because he does this whole cabinet and everything. So yeah, you could. But if you're just doing a playfield swap, just take like a damp rag or whatever and wipe that harness off and you're golden. Ah, that's so good. Coke Zero. I never got into diet stuff, but over the years, I think regular soda started not to like me. And I started feeling like crap after drinking soda all day. And my numbers for my blood were really high. My doctor said you're borderline diabetic, and he goes, you should do something. And I was just getting like sicker and sicker, and I just decided, you know what, I stopped drinking soda, and I felt awesome. I was drinking water all the time, and I felt awesome. All my dizzy and stuff like that went away. Then I went to diet soda, and I don't like diet soda. But then I tried Coke Zero, and Coke Zero tastes almost like regular Coke. So I've been drinking that, and I still feel good. So you'd be powder coating the stars rails and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be a fun winter project, totally. I wish I could get to my machines. I got a bunch of machines that I'd love to get to of my own. This was my own, and I always meant to do it, but since I got it sold now I am doing it. But yeah, that'd be cool. Like powder coating the rails on this. I seen Kerry Hardy, he had one that he flipped. He just bought the flipped, and I think it was powder coated rail wire forms, or he had them powder coated, but it looked really sharp. But I don't know, I played this game till I was bored with it. I think that's nice and shiny again. You only can keep games for so long. Yeah, I got bored with it, and then I'm sure I'll regret it later on. Well, at least I know the owners, and I can always go back and play it again. I just want to look at that video, see exactly where that post was. Move your hand. Yeah, it was back there. Okay. I'm just watching my video so I can tell myself where all my screws were. I just want to make sure I'm putting that post in the correct spot. And it is. Okay. Dracula. Pinball Shenanigans I just did a Dracula. Graham Stroker's Dracula, he just did one. So he's got some shenanigander videos on that. So that's another one of my buddies. Alright. We're just cleaning away. I love this new flashlight. I just bought this. I did a review on my YouTube page. It's a Braun flashlight. It folds up like this. It's from Harbor Freight. It's got a rechargeable battery, but you can unscrew the bottom and actually put a different battery in it if it ever goes dead. It flips like this, it flips like that, and then it spins like that, or like that, and then it's got a magnet. But it's got two lights. It's got the bright, it's got the dimmer, and it's got the end. I love this thing. I wish Harbor Freight was a sponsor, but they're not. Well, if you do like light bulbs, go to the best light bulb source there is, Comet light bulbs, Comet LED bulbs. Go buy them because Comet is the best at LED for pinballs that you can get. And Comet is a sponsor of mine. Yes. That's why we're putting all Comet in here. Comet makes the best bulbs ever. And they got a Black Friday sale on right now. It's ridiculously cheap for bulbs. They're one time and one only sale of the year. So go check out Comet bulbs. Do they have a let me find out the exact. Why don't I have, oh, I have it on there. CometPinball.com. Oh, I sound like a commercial, don't I? I should have a link for that. There goes your Comet Pinball link right there. This is the only sale that they got going on right now, ever, for the whole year. They do this Black Friday sale, and that's it. Just the one sale a year. And I would buy a bunch of bulbs right now, but since they're a sponsor of mine, I have a credit with them, and I don't want to be kind of like sneaky and use my credit to get an even cheaper discount. So I don't think that's fair for me to do, even though the money is to be spent on stuff like that. But the credit I got, I can't see using my credit to go buy stuff at even cheaper rate that they had given to me. You know what I mean? That's kind of like a scam or something. I don't think that's right, so I will wait till their sale is over and then I will buy what I need. But a lot of stuff I bought is all for projects that I'm going to be doing because I want the EM community. And welcome, CNK. I haven't seen you in a long time. There is no code word, I don't believe. It should be, if there's any code word, it should be right on the, they only have sales on certain things right now. It should be right on the main page. But I have projects that I'm going to be making because I want to get the EM pinball guys into LED lighting. So many people have done LED lighting wrong in our community of EM game owners. They have done it wrong, and I want to show the EM owners that you can do LED lighting correct. So I worked with Comet, and they gave me a credit to buy product. And I've been so busy, I haven't been able to do that, but over Christmas, I have a couple weeks off, so I'm going to get to my projects that I have. I have a play field that I tore apart the other day on a live stream. It's on my channel too. But I got a Superstar playfield. What's nice is that it's really symmetrical. So I'm going to make one half LEDs with Comet LEDs and the other half is going to be old school bulbs. And we're going to make that thing look really good. And then people are going to be able to see what the difference between skittling your machine like everybody used to do and doing LEDs tastefully so your machine looks correct and good. So yeah, CNK, yeah, this game, yeah, it probably would look good clown puked. You're actually right, because it is a clown theme, so yeah, I think it might actually look good clown puked because it would kind of like meant to be. But the way I got it right now, I have right here I got Comet cool light bulbs right here, and I turned it on last week, and versus the old school bulbs, this is lighting up the game so much more nicer. So yeah, clown puking, yeah. Clown puke a clown game is awesome. But yeah, yeah, it might actually look good. It wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. And then here we got some flashers. So those will be LED flashers too. A lot of people do not like LED flashers because LED flashers are usually bright as hell, and they are. But we are putting LED flashers in inaccessible areas. So that means it's an area that's really hard to get at. So there's a burnt out bulb. So wherever there is really hard to get at bulbs, we are doing LED flashers, and that will actually be good. Yes, that's what I was going to do with my playfield. I can show you what cool and warm look like difference. If I can get my cord over here. This should boot right up, partially. I didn't do nothing, so it should turn on. There we go. It's going to do that, though. So you can see right now, we are cool right here, and the rest is warm. That's the difference. I do have sunlight right here that I think I can try. I'd like to see what this looks like. So I will hook this up. This is going to be actually a trough switch, trough light. This will go in the trough to illuminate the trough. I don't think the people who bought this machine even know that I'm doing that. But this is sunlight. So let's take this out and we can put this in. Okay, there's sunlight. It's kind of hard to see the difference. The sunlight, let me turn off the lights and see if that works better. Okay. Turn off this light. Where's the switch? Okay. This is the sunlight. It's different than the cool light. I don't know if we can really see the difference. No, it doesn't really show up too much. The sunlight, let's say, looks like the original GI if you cranked up the power to just before they would thermonuclear meltdown. So let's say that's what it looks like. So yeah, this is the sunlight. and it looks like 44 bulbs. These are 44s right here. So it looks like that, but on the verge of melting down. So yeah, these are what, 5-6 volts. So throw another like 4 volts into them, and that's what sunlight looks like. You can see right here, it looks very close to the cool when I put it next to it, but it isn't. This is, it's like sunlight. It's like cool white but yellow. Let's go with that. It's like a yellow cool white. So that's what we will say sunlight is. Sunlight is a yellow cool white. There. So yeah, think of it that way. Yeah, it's a yellow cool white. Turn that back on. Turn that back on. So yeah, that's what a sunlight would look like. So I've never used sunlight before, but I did get this from Comet. So I do like that. That's going to illuminate this really good down here. And then I got these cool flipper bats that go on the top of the flipper bats. They're stickers, but they look like drumsticks. So when you're flipping, you'll see you have drumsticks. So yeah, this is yeah, it's like cool white but 44 bulb color. So yes, I think that's a good explanation. Let's throw the staple in. I gotta throw my garbage out. I got so much garbage. Let's throw that back in there. So yeah, I always want to know what sunlight looks like, so now I do know. So sunlight would actually, like Indiana Jones, I think sunlight would look good in Indiana Jones because the colors that are on the playfield. So this will be going in the trough. That's where that will be going. And then I have 2 spotlights that I'll be going on the playfield too. I don't know exactly where they're going to go yet. There's at least going to be one. I think I'm going to put one. One's just going to go this way. I think that's where I'm going to put one spotlight to shine this way. So this is kind of a dark area. So I might put it over here or over here. I don't know yet. I do not know. Let's throw this down there. Hey, yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, if I can help with anything like that, I try to. But yeah, you can see how the cool white is going to look so much better with the plastics and everything versus the old 44s. Now, these are LEDs right here in Palace. These are warm white. So everything that's underneath the playfield is getting warm white bulbs. Everything on top of it is getting all the cool white. So I actually hope I have more than enough. I believe I do. I believe I got where do I have them now? Oh, where's that box? Here we go. Yeah, I got a whole thing. And these are natural white. Natural white and cool white are the same thing. So yeah, we go that. And we go that. And that's so much better right now. And this is going to look good with these. This game's going to look hot. These bulbs. And these are good 44s. So you know what I do with these old 44s? I throw them in a big container that I have over here. And then I'm going to put them up for sale. Because there are people that are going nuts for these old original bulbs. So I figured, I want to see how these work on the blinking. I want to see how they work when they flicker. People like these old original bulbs, these old GEs. Yeah, that's going to need non-ghosting. And I don't think I have any what do you call it? Cool whites. I don't have any non-ghosting cool whites, I don't believe, because that isn't doing what it needs to do. So those might have to go warm white, the ones that blink down here. What was I saying that I got my head screwed up on? I totally forgot now. Oh, here I do got some. I got a couple. Let's see what that does. It's probably still not going to act right. These like fade out and stuff right here. Yeah, it works. So these needed to be non-ghosting. Actually, all these inserts that I bought underneath are non-ghosting. So that's a non-ghosting bulb. You can see how the regular bulb was acting weird, and this is acting perfect. So I do get a couple of them. And how many do I need? I need 4, 5, 6, and I have more than that. Ouch. Sweet. Yes, it is. It is very hard to do that. That's why I originally was going to go with natural white on this game. Just because I knew it would work. You know what I mean? If I went all natural white on this game, it would work and it would do the job. Here's, warm white. Here's warm white. There. It does the job. It's brighter than these 44s, but it's gonna still have that old, let's say it's a smoky look to it. These are great on EMs because it still gives out the same light. You can get these with clear lens too. I don't know if I have any. Let's see if I got any clear lens. You can get the warm white with clear lens, and they will do that. Have that same look to them, which the EM people like. Yeah, here we go. Here goes clear lens. These are all my bulbs I bought before Comet sponsored me. So these I do like, but then I don't like them at the same time. The warm white with the clear lens, they're a lot brighter than 44s, and I don't think you should put these bulbs anywhere where you're going to see them. Like if you got some plastics over here where you can actually see the light bulb, I would not put these LEDs there. I would put frosted LEDs because these are a lot brighter than the 44s. They're the clear lens, but I would put a frosted instead where you can actually see the bulb. That's the trick to me. If you can see the bulb, put a frosted. If you cannot see the bulb, put the clear lens. The clear lens, you're still going to get your warm white out of it, but it's going to brighten up the area more. And the frosted, it will still be appealing to look at it where it's not going to blind you like the clear lens would. So that's kind of a difference. Yeah, you can get the OCD boards, exactly. People said I needed that for World Cup soccer. I didn't think it needed an OCD board. Once the game was fully LED'd, the LEDs seemed to work correctly. I could see if you were like really a crazy, almost like perfectionist with the way the light goes, to get an OCD board, because it would have flowed a little bit more. These still have the nice like on and off to them, where they're not like a hard on off like that. They're kind of more of a pulse on and off. So these are non-ghosting, so I don't know if regular ghosting bulbs would be worse, but I figured with all the controlled lights underneath I would need non-ghosting bulbs, because you've seen how this one, it flickered incorrectly when I put a regular bulb in it. So yeah, I guess that's some EM Lights 101. But yeah, I guess I should unplug this, turn it back off. And that's just, that's the LED things, you know. There are still people that are against LEDs, and they have every right to be against them. They're not for everybody. But I believe there's a place for LEDs, and that's what I'm trying to do with Comet. I'm trying to get the LED community, EM community, to see that it is good to do these bulbs in these games. Yeah, I think it's a great thing to go with LED bulbs in the old EM games, especially if you like the look of 44s, but you don't like the heat of 44s. I think you should definitely upgrade to the warm white, the retro SMD bullets. Now the retro SMD bullets are actually a lot longer. These are the original bulbs, and if I get a regular LED bulb, you can see the difference in height. See how it's shorter? The retro SMD bulb is longer like this. Do I have any that I can show? I have some somewhere. Do we have any in here? Nope, I have them in there. I'll get a retro SMD bulb so everybody can see the difference. No, those are not them, but that one looks like one. That is a retro SMD bulb. Why is it in that box? I have one. Why don't I have more? Here goes a whole bag of them. Okay. Here's a bullet bulb. The retro SMD bullets that Comet makes. There's a retro SMD bullet. As you can see, it's about the exact same size. Well, let's do this. There. It's about the exact same size as the original old school bulb. It's just a tad bit taller, but it will work. The reason that's good about it, yes, it's a little bit taller, but it's cold. It will not burn your hand like this one. A good 44 bulb, you can almost burn yourself with this. So you get these retro SMD bullets. They're old school. I wish I should have plugged. Well, this is a warm white, so it's going to look like a warm white bulb, but they're longer, and the filament is longer on it. So if we get a regular bulb, this is a regular LED bulb, so you can see the difference in size. These represent a regular old bulb more than this one. So yeah, these are great for EMs. The retro SMD bulb. These are perfect for EMs. This is a warm white. This goes in here. This is gonna go here because I gotta put it back where it belongs. But yeah, they're getting way into specifics now with LED bulbs. So yeah, I really like these. I put these in what do you call it? My crap. Is that going to be coming up soon? Let me look at my page. Where's my mouse? I didn't even have my TV on this whole time. I have a TV monitor. I got a 42-inch TV right here. You can't see it. And that's usually what I've been looking on, but I got my computer moved to a different spot today. Ooh, I got a new subscriber. Thank you. Who is it? Michael Whiteley. Thank you for subscribing if you're on this channel. If you're watching the show right now. But I'm going to see if I have that. It might not be coming up. No. It will be up this month, though. I am doing a star. Well, I did a star action. It's long gone. All my games that I'm doing right now are long gone that you see on YouTube. But I got a star action. Am I right? Yeah, because I have a triple action too in the back room. But I got a star action I sold, and that guy went full out LEDs. So that's got all comets on it. I don't know if that's got the retro SMDs on it or not, but I did do the color on the back glass because it had so much bad flaking on it. I needed to use colored bulbs to bleed through the cracks so you wouldn't see white light. So I used colored bulbs in a back glass to correct the colors. Now on the playfield, I don't know if I use retro SMD or not. But I do have a straight flush pinball that's on my page. That's got all retro SMD bulbs on it, so you can look at that game, and that game looks really good. That game is a very dark game until you start playing it and activating all the lights. It's got 5 pop bumpers on top. And once you activate them, they start lighting up, and that makes the game a lot brighter. But that straight flush that's on Mark's Basement Arcade, which is right there, that is all retro SMD. So if you want to look at that and really see what a full EM looks like with comet bulbs on it, you can totally see that. It's beautiful when it's done correctly. My triple action, I did put a couple colored LEDs under the playfield inserts. Now that does make the inserts pop a lot better if you use some colored ones, but you got to be careful which colored ones you want, because you don't want too much of a blinding red or a blinding orange, which I did have on the straight flush, but I pulled them out and put duller bulbs in because they were just too blinding. But you can enhance that playfield color with a colored LED. Or even just, instead of putting a warm white, put a cool white LED underneath the color too. And that will change it and enhance it so much better. My my mini pool, if you look at that video series that's on Mark's Basement Arcade on YouTube, if you look at that, all the numbers inserts that are on there, those are all LED bulbs, and they're just perfect because I compared it to the regular old school bulb versus the LED bulb, and what the LED did was it fully lit up the number perfectly, and it was a nice crisp and vivid color, which this lit up a small area of the insert and it just didn't look right. So you got your benefits with that too. So yeah, we didn't get far today on Hurricane though. We didn't get far enough though where I can get some stuff done in the background, like I said, this game I am not working on it in the background. I will probably do a couple things. I'll probably clean the giant obnotanium amp, or however you say that. That rare precious stuff you can't get no more. Obnotanium, or whatever it is. The giant ramp that goes on the bottom. That I'm going to clean, not on TV, well, not on stream. That I'm going to lay out on a table somewhere, and I will hand clean that, and you guys won't see it, just because I don't want any stress of doing it live or whatever, just because that ramp is so big and you cannot get it anywhere. And if I crack it or whatever, one, everybody's going to laugh at me on video, and two, they're going to be like, oh damn, and then three, I can't sell the game. So that ramp I want to do just off, and then just have my time on it. The other ones, I have all spares of them. It's just that one I don't, so. And then the posts, I'll stick those in ultrasonic cleaner. Nobody needs to watch that. So you're just going to see a thing, and you're going to see little ripples in the water. And then when I take them out, they're just going to be clean. I'll probably hand polish. How many ramps wireforms do I have? I'll hand polish the giant one off camera. I think it's about like that long. I'll do that one off camera. I'll do the small one on camera, and you can see how I do it, and how long it takes, and how much patience you need to do that. And then when you're done, you'll be like this. So, and what else? We will tear apart that juggler together, and we will clean the juggler and put it back together. I need to get my other playfield out and put it off to the side, so we can rob parts off that playfield to put onto this playfield. So this playfield has all the really nice super stuff on it, so it looks better, and that's what I was told the owners that I was going to do to this game. So I think that's about it, unless anybody's got anything to add or any questions for me. And mayonnaise is made out of, I think, egg whites and oil whipped up. So that's one question answered. So yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to ask me about anything. Any projects I have or anything like that. I can tell you that just sitting here, I got 8 games stacked up there. I have a Williams Solar Fire that I'll be doing. That's a badass game. I got my Beatles right here. I got MGC's Baywatch right here. I got my Flight 2000 right here. I got that Exhibit Contact right there. The 4 games I have are Gulfstream, Williams Gulfstream, Gottlieb Preview, which is for sale. Gottlieb Preview is for sale. Anybody wants a project game? Williams Time Travel. Williams Spanish Eye, that's for sale. It's ready to go right now. Anybody who wants a Williams Spanish Eyes, I have one to go right now. You can come pick it up and take it home, and it's fully working. It was bulletproofed at MGC during a tournament. They played a tournament game on that, and that game works great. Then I got a Stern Wildfire. A Gottlieb Hit the Deck. That is not for sale. The Gottlieb Hit the Deck is not for sale. Williams Grand Prix. That is fully working. It needs one adjustment on it. And I don't know if I'm going to keep that game or sell that game yet. And Gottlieb Captain Card. That I don't know what I'm going to do with. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or keep it. But I do want to take it apart, put it back fully together, and play it. And then I'm going to decide. And the Solar Fire is a really super good friends game that we'll be working on. And I got to play it before he ever got to play it, which is awesome. He bought it and never put it together. And he brought it over here, and we have a. You have a Star Action. I had a Star Action, so I got that video series on my YouTube, and I have a triple action behind me in the other room, not this room here with the thing. On the other side of that wall, I have a triple action that I'm going to get rid of. But Star Action I got rid of at the beginning of this year, and that series is almost done. But yeah, that Solar Fire is a killer, really killer game. I wish they would have made more of them. I'm sure that's an expensive game. I don't even want to ask them what it's worth. I think it's probably worth, just sitting the way it is right now, I bet you it's worth about $3,000. Just sitting the way it is, and it needs a full shop, but it fully works. The only thing it really needs is one rubber band replaced, and it can be fully played. Actually, I've been fully playing it, and then once in a while a ball will get stuck behind the targets because the rubber band's broke. But, and then I got 2 Flight 2000s. I got 2 Oh, that's interesting. And I got 2 travel times. I will be selling 1 travel time. Scott, are you watching me right now? Is that why you're messaging me? One of my friends messaged me about Hit the Deck. Somebody just missed out on a Hit the Deck that was over $2,000. And I think that's crazy. And if it's worth that, that's awesome. I don't know if it's really worth over $2,000 or not. You're having some issues with free play on your game. What kind of issues are you having? I wonder if that battery is going dead. I had some with it, and that's why I replaced the battery. Keeps counting up when you hit the wire. What do you mean by hit the wire? Is it adding credits, or you're just like getting extra points or something? It's okay if you put a quarter in. Oh, okay. The wire is probably bent on the switch. It's probably bent a little bit, and when you're hitting it, it's probably sticking. That's probably what it is. So I guess when I drop this off, I will take a look at it. If not, just throw a bunch of quarters in it. Or I could, if you want, I could put a switch on it, like underneath the game. I could probably come over there when I drop this off, or in the summer, and then I could put like a little doorbell underneath the game, like near the light switch. Well, not right under, you got to start the credit button here, to start the game. Underneath underneath the game, right underneath there, I could put like a doorbell or something, so you could just reach underneath by the left leg and hit a button and to add your credits. I could do that. That should be nothing. When I drop this off, I'll look at that. If not, just throw a bunch of quarters in it. It's just those switches are such a fine little bend of metal. If you're getting it bent wrong, it can stick, and then you will do the crazy credit thing. But the quarter is nice because it drops and it makes it spring each time. So if you're having problems with that, just drop quarters and just open the door and just drop quarters and then catch it with your hand, and or you can put a shoebox inside and make the kids pay for the games. But yeah, you put like a little doorbell on it or that. I wish those games were they had a free play option back then, but they don't, which sucks. They weren't ever designed to be on free play. They were always designed for quarters. You can make the max quarters up higher, but I think that game is probably at the highest right now for max quarters. It's like my Flight 2000 is the same way. The only way to add credits on it is to go in and flip the switch to add credits to it. But my Flight 2000 has been modified where you hit the coin release button and it gives credit. So they put a switch on that, which is kind of cool. I didn't even notice that until I pushed the switch one day because I thought there was a quarter stuck in there, and all of a sudden it added a credit, and I'm like, wait a minute. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, so yeah, I can do that to your game. Or like if not, just put the quarters in and that will fully bypass it. Like I said, that's a thin little wire that can easily get bent or stuck. So just, yeah, do the quarter thing then. Because if you bend that the wrong way, you're going to have issues, as you can see right now, where you're getting the credit weird thing. No, it's not going to break it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to break the glass. Is this tempered glass that's on here? You have to hit it really super hard, or you have to hit the edge of it. Remember when I said you take the glass out, put it on a mat or a carpet or something? That's the area of the glass that's the weakest, is the sides, but not the top. Remember, these are in bars and people are slamming their glasses on them and all that stuff. So this is really tempered glass. It's designed for that, and almost all pinball games, the ball will hit the glass, so don't worry about that. You'll be thumbs up okay. It would have broke by now, put it that way. And that's the original glass on that game. So, all right. Anybody else got any more questions? And you can always text me because you have my phone number. But did you watch the whole show on what we did to your game? How far we got on it? We got far, but we didn't get too far. I got that juggler removed from the back, and well, actually I can. The camera's still on, yes. There we go. So we got all the plastics off this side. Everything's completely off this side. We got the juggler removed. This is all, we actually cleaned all this. This is all clean now. I have to go through and touch up a little bit. And we got the plastics off here, and they started cleaning this, but then we got sidetracked because I got my pinball ADD stuff, and people are asking me questions about lights. And we went into a whole comet light thing. But we got the juggler off, which is, this is the juggler. We got that off. I explained how that worked. The ball goes through here. It goes into here. And this has a vertical up kicker. It's called a VUC, vertical up kicker. And what that does, it shoots the ball straight up into the air. It's got a coil that shoots it straight up. What that does, it shoots it right, this is where that vertical up kicker is. It shoots it up, and the ball goes through here and lands over here, which has a saucer, and that saucer kicks it out into the pop bumper area, and then it goes bang to bang to bang to bang bang bang. Yes, I understand you got to be outside right now while you can. If you got to get stuff done, you got to get it done while you can outside, because pretty soon none of us are going to be able to go outside and get anything done except for shoveling. So yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'll download it and then I'll upload it to YouTube. So yeah, this is all clean. We talked about extra bulbs and the Comet. I actually got a ball trough kit that's going to go on here. It actually lights up this ball area here. So this whole area here will actually throw a little bit of light up into this area, and it will look really, really super cool at night. Now we talked about how these areas where it's got the old school flashers, how I'm going to be putting LED ones in them instead of old flashers. One, because they're hard to get at, and two, they're hid by plastic, so the LED flashers will lighten up the areas really good. And then next week we are going to be taking this apart if I am not working on Sunday. Sunday I don't know if I'm working. I won't know till Wednesday if I'm working. But if I am not working on Sunday, we will be tearing this apart. We will be tearing the Juggler apart. We will be robbing parts off my other playfield and figuring out what parts we're going to take off my other playfield to put on this playfield to replace all the broken stuff. And that's about it. I wonder if I got that extra board on my playfield that I can swap onto this. We'll see about that too. And then we talked about Novus too. This is the miracle stuff that I put on your playfield that made your playfield look so pretty. And that's about, yeah. Yeah, you totally sidetracked me about the light bulbs, but it was good though. It was good because I am sure that I helped other people with questions about retro SMD bulbs versus regular bulbs versus newer bulbs. I think that's about it. Unless anybody's got anything else they want to throw at me really quick. So we usually stream for around 2 hours, and then we have some of this ADD discussion afterwards. Sometimes it relates to this, sometimes it relates to what I just ate, and it just related to another game that I worked on, and then it related about going outside right now to get stuff done in your yard before you get snow and you can't do anything outside. But yeah, I think that's about it. Otherwise, I'm gonna download this and then I'll re-upload it, which will take a couple of hours because I have to download it. I have to edit that weird boop, 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 music off the beginning and off the end because that's copyrighted music, and for some reason Twitch doesn't care about it, but YouTube does care about it. So they hit me every time I upload it. So I have to take that stream starting soon and thanks for watching stream off. So I have to take those off, and then I have to upload it, and then when I upload it, YouTube has to scan through it to make sure there's nothing copyrighted, and then they do the okay. So this is a 2.5 hour long stream, so it's gonna take about 2.5 hours to upload and download and upload and edit those two beginnings out. Otherwise, that's about it. And I'm gonna have Thanksgiving dinner again tonight because we had it yesterday. And then I talked about the Beatles Get Back. I watched part 1 and part 2, and there's one part left. George Harrison was a baby. That's what I learned. I didn't think he was, but he had issues. I know all the Beatles had their issues together, but it seemed if they didn't let him do what he wanted to do sometimes, he had a little fit. But I can understand that, though. They all were, they all had their ideas and they wanted to get them across. Yes, it was great. I have to watch part 3 yet, the end. But yeah, I can understand why they broke up. I could see them breaking up by watching it. You could see them fall apart. When their manager died, Epstein, when he died, they didn't have their... Do I have any MGC stories? I saw a half-naked guy with a furry underwear running around MGC, and I got a picture of him with No, I did not arm wrestle Pez, but I got a picture of him with Gary Stern. I got a picture of it, actually. I met some cool people. I did get a picture with Gary Stern. I wish we could focus. So yeah, I got a picture of Gary Stern. I got a picture of the half-naked guy with fuzzy underwear with Gary Stern. I got a picture with Amoto and Pez, Dave Johnson. Dave is really cool. I'm glad I got to meet him. I got to hang out with him for a while. I hung out with Pinball Mayhem Jeremy a lot. Jeremy and I are pretty good friends. I feel that we're good friends. We hung out every day at MGC. So when I wasn't doing that and he wasn't doing that, we hung out together. So, which was really cool. I did a live stream on Marco Pinball on their Twitch stream, which was really cool. I saw a bunch of killer stuff. I had a blast. They had a Vincent, it was called Beyond Van Gogh, a Vincent Van Gogh display, and they had this cool sign. So I had to take a picture of it, but just because it's funny, because you need to go this way. That was going on at the same time. I played Hot Wheels again, and I love that game. Hot Wheels is an awesome pinball machine. Very awesome. Godzilla, that's Game of the Year. Gamezilla's Game of the Year. All the certain games were QR connected, and I did do my phone QR thing on them. Godzilla, I guarantee I would put money on that is the Game of the Year, unless something right now comes out that is so badass. But Godzilla is the Game of the Year. I'm going to tell you that. I haven't heard one person say that game sucks. The art, Godzilla does look like a ripe watermelon if you look at him, though. I have to say that about it. He looks like a ripe watermelon, his skin thing. QR Connected was really cool. It's not an app. You have to have internet on your phone. So you go to the Stern website, and then you get your thing, and then you do not use your camera like to go onto the QR thing like on an apron. You take your phone like this and you put it down onto the apron, like that. So you have your website loaded on there, and then you hold it over, and then I don't know how it does it, but you have like a little QR code that's on your. I thought you would, hold your camera up and go like that, and get your QR code off of it, like this. But no, you take your phone like this, and you hold it like that, and then it just pops right up on the screen seamlessly. It's just like poof, right up on a DMD, just like that. So yes, Godzilla is Game of the Year. Something has to come out so friggin' awesome right now to beat Godzilla, and I do not think there's anything that's gonna beat it. I hate to say American Pinball, no, and I hate to say Spooky, no. Cactus Canyon is awesome. Cactus Canyon is really awesome. And if you do get one, you need to get the topper. That topper is so awesome. Rush, I keep hearing rumors of Rush. I haven't seen anything yet, but I did get some videos of people playing one of my games, which is awesome. 2 people playing my 2 games. One I sold and one I didn't. Spanish Eyes would have sold Will Stern beat itself? Ooh, that's a good one. Stern, put it this way. Let's say, let me see how can I explain it. Before Godzilla, Stern was probably at a 5 for, let's say, a 5. If you had 1 to 10 for awesomeness for games, the best Stern game was at 5. Now Godzilla's at 10. So I don't know what they're going to do to beat that. That is how I feel the Godzilla was. And I'm not talking about the Pro. I'm talking about the topper Godzilla with the Godzilla on the side and the bridge that breaks and the building that goes up and down. That game, it's so mind-blowing. They went from a 5 to a 10 on that game. I don't know how they're going to beat themselves. And then Legends of Valhalla for American Pinball, that game is phenomenal too. That game plays so smooth. It's a beautiful game. It's really great. The flow of everything and the way everything laid out. I know some people don't like it. I loved it. I loved it. Legends of Valhalla. That, and I played both of the spooky games. I played the Halloween and whatever the robot one. It's Ultraman. Yeah, I know Halloween and Ultraman are the same game. Halloween was so much better. The thing is with Halloween and Ultraman, they're so weird how the balls. I'll have to put my other camera up. They're so weird how the balls, when they drop, like on this side, and they go into the subway, they were just all of a sudden appear right about here and just roll right in front of your flippers, just ever so slow. So you have to remember when they go down here, you're going to get a flash over here, and then this ball's just going to come and roll down here real super slow in front of your flippers. That was so annoying at first because I didn't know what the hell was happening. But once I got used to it, I loved it. And I did it on both sides because you had areas over on this side where the ball would disappear and then it would flash and then it would just come rolling out right here. And like I said, it was annoying at first where you didn't know what the hell was going on. But once you got used to it, it was a beautiful thing. And it was a seamless way it came out. It was just so wicked cool. I have to say with that and Spooky, how they did that, it was just so awesome. Now for the gameplay and everything like that, with the Halloween, it was a little confusing. You really had to get yourself familiar with the game. So it's not one of those games that you want to not know anything about and go play. I recommend with the Ultraman and Halloween, learn about the games, watch some gameplay, and then go play them. Because you drop a couple bucks in it, you feel like you just got burned because you don't know exactly what's going on. But once you learn what's going on with the Halloween and Ultraman, they're great. Ultraman I didn't like because I knew nothing about Ultraman. So it was a turnoff for me because I didn't know nothing about it. But like I said, Ultraman and Halloween are the exact same game, playfield wise and everything like that. But I did love Halloween. So if I gave Ultraman the same time I gave Halloween, I know I would have loved Ultraman. But I wasn't drawn to Ultraman because I didn't know Ultraman, but I did know Halloween. So I loved Halloween because of that. Hey, what's up, ABP Enterprise? So yeah, that's what I gotta say about the games. Stern, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time topping yourself. after Godzilla. You're going to have a very hard time topping yourself after Godzilla. American Pinball, beautiful job on Legends of Valhalla. That game was beautiful. It played so smooth. It was a great game. Spooky, yep. You guys did it too. I have to say, first place is definitely Godzilla. Second place is I'm going to have to give it to American Pinball for Legends of Valhalla for second place. And in third place, I'm going to have to give it to Spooky. The only reason why is because I felt that the amount of stuff, like with the extra playfield on Spooky, was a little more than needed, almost. I don't know if you can go that far. I forgot about Guns N' Roses. Okay. You got me. Godzilla, Guns N' Roses, Legends of Valhalla, and then Halloween and Ultraman. Or if you like Ultraman, then it's Ultraman and Halloween. I forgot about GNR. I played a lot of the GNR, whatever it is, the most top-end version they had there. I really like that a lot. It was a really good game. There's things I didn't understand about it, so yeah, that game took a little more time. I think what I liked about it the most was because I love Guns N' Roses. Well, the original Guns N' Roses. I remember seeing them in concert, Appetite for Destruction. So, yeah, and that game, the top end game, is a beautiful thing to see when it's going. When you get the light show and everything, it is a beautiful thing to see. For beauty-wise and light show, Guns N' Roses won. Hands down. For the beauty and the light show, Guns N' Roses won. For gameplay, Stern. Godzilla won. For, I think quality-wise, I think American Pinball got it on quality. And I think just for a good, fun game was Spooky. I don't know too much about Spooky. I've played a couple of their games, and they're different pinball machines, I have to say. Cactus Canyon is up there too. I think the Cactus Canyon needs a little more code to it. I don't know. It seemed to play like Hurricane to me. You know, it was a good game. It was a good, fun game. I don't know if it needed more to it, or if they're planning on doing more to it. I loved playing it. Don't get me wrong. I love playing Cactus Canyon, but it's not a new game. You know, I don't consider it a new game. I consider it's still a 90s game, even though it's been updated. So, can you really throw that in there? I don't think you can. It'd be like Hurricane coming back out again. It's still an old game. Yeah, it's been re-released. It's still an old game. Yes, you could put new code into it, but it's still an old game. Just like Cactus Canyon, it's still an old game. Yes, it's a killer old game, but no, I don't think it belongs in a top list, because maybe like releasing Gulfstream or Baywatch again, or Flight 2000. It's been done already. People have played it for years. But yeah, Cactus Canyon, if you're getting it, you're getting an awesome game, especially if you got that topper. It's still a killer game, don't get me wrong, but yeah, Guns N' Roses, that you have to see that light show and the sound. That's another thing too. American Pinball, their sound for their systems is just so, I don't know, it's like high-end audio. It's a it's a sound. It's great. Stern has a good sound too, but something about American Pinball, their audio. I don't know. Every time I play one, the audio on a game is just phenomenal. It's like really super. They don't cheap out. I know Stern cheaps out on their audio systems. They put cheap speakers in them, and they don't go the high route for audio. They put some good quality speakers in their Stern. I think they'd be better. American Pinball goes that way. They do the higher end audio. I totally believe that. Spooky, I don't know what they do for audio. It sounded great. It was a beautiful sounding game. But every American Pinball game I have played has just blown me away by the audio quality. Now, yeah, I know you can get pin sound for some stuff now, which is a whole nother level, but for factory wise, I think American Pinball, their audio is just awesome. I'm almost done with my Coke Zero. Good to the last drop. So, anybody got anything else? Since we CNK made me stay another half hour. You're good at that. You know that you're really good at keeping me streaming. I have to say you're really good at that. But yeah, MGC, it will be back at the end of April through the beginning of May, the last week of April. Last weekend of April. Something 28th or 29th of May 1st, something like that. I really need to get the dates. So be there or be square. I don't know what I will be bringing to there. If I don't sell my Wildfire, I will be bringing a Wildfire there. If I don't sell Spanish Eyes, I will be bringing Spanish Eyes there. But I have to have 2 to bring there. So, I guess I'll be working on I don't want to bring Preview there. I do not want to bring Preview there. The only reason why I don't want to bring Gottlieb Preview there, because it's got the old ball lift on it. And people don't know what that is. You know, you start the game and no ball pops out. They don't know what to do. They see 2 plungers. You know, they try pulling on both of them. One doesn't pull. One pushes in and another pulls. So I really don't want to bring Preview there because I think that would confuse so many people. I'd rather bring something where you hit the start button, the ball pops out. I don't want to bring Gulfstream. The playfield is almost perfectly mint on that game. I would hate to bring it just because the only wear it's got is somebody didn't rebuild the flippers correctly and had it cockeyed in there and it scraped the playfield. But all the 2 saucer holes, they're crisp, perfect. I'd love to bring Grand Prix, but that game is a tank. I think I am going to keep my I want to bring 1 players because they're lighter. So I know this winter I'm going to do, after Hurricane, we're going to do my Superstar. So the Superstar is a 1 player, so I could always bring that to MGC. It's a light game. The thing about going to MGC was you're bringing things in and out. You want them to be as light as possible. The Wildfire is also light too. It's a very light game. Since it's electronic, it's very light. So I guess if I don't sell Spanish Eyes by MGC, I will bring that and Wildfire. It was Wildfire. I bought that to sell. I didn't buy that to keep it all. I bought that one strictly to clean up and sell. But I haven't played it yet. So maybe it's awesome. I don't know. We will find that out though once I clean it. I think it works 100%, or I think I had a slingshot that was out, and I don't know if it's got a broke wire on a switch or something. I just put it in my backyard and let people play it on my birthday. Anyways, anybody got any questions? Because we're almost at 3 hours. Another 9 minutes will be 3 hours. Grand Prix I'd like to bring, but the 4 players are, the heads are just such a tank. That was the heaviest game Williams has ever made, I believe. That machine is so damn heavy. But I could probably bring it and sell it there. If I'm gonna sell it, I don't know. Anyways, anybody got any other questions or anything? My CPU is just going crazy on this thing. It's using 60% of my CPU for OBS right now. I think the hotter my computer gets, the more it runs. I need to get a new computer. So everybody, subscribe to Mark's Basement Arcade. Spam the internet. Get me over 1,000. Get way I can get monetized, and then I can buy a brand new computer. No, I don't do it for that. I do it for I want people to be able to fix their games without needing me. You know, if you got a game that's broken, you can watch my stuff and rebuild your flippers. You know, you don't need to bring it to me. But it also helps you out too, where your flippers are bad, so you watch my video and you realize, no, I need somebody to do that. This way you know exactly what it is needing to be done. So, or if you don't have me do it, you have somebody else do it, and you know what they're going to do to your machine, so they don't say, oh, you need this and this and this now. My videos are there to educate you, so you can see what is involved in building your flippers, what is needed, why they're sloppy, why this, why that, and that. So if you can't do it and you have me do it, or somebody else in your area do it, you are educated on that repair. So when they go, okay, yeah, your flippers are shot, but this master control switch is bad on your flippers. And then you can be like, there is no master control switch. There's only an EOS switch on my flippers, and that's it. And then my flipper buttons got switches. What are you talking about? So that helps you educate. And that's why I do them. And plus, they're kind of fun on my end. And I like the reactions and comments that I get from everybody. And I like knowing that I'm helping somebody with their, you know, because let's say people notice pinball is not a cheap hobby. I got thousands right here in games, thousands. And it's nice that you can get this hobby into somebody's house and have them learn about it and hopefully be educated where they can start doing stuff. Now this game was a different story. This game was a fully working game, and it probably would have worked for umpteen years, and I could have just sold it the way it is. But that's not how I sell games. I go through them. I want them to work for umpteen years, but be clean for umpteen years. So yeah, I could have just sold this game as is, and it would have been done. But I don't do that unless I sell it as a project, and I have only sold one project game so far. And that's because somebody wanted it really bad and offered me a crazy amount for it, and I couldn't pass it up because it was very close to what I would have sold it shopped. So, and they wanted it just like it was, so I sold it just like it was. So, and it was a non-shopped, but it was a fully 100% working EM. If you would have looked at that game, you would have been like, no way in hell that game would have worked. My 3 Jokers, Mark's Basement Arcade. There's a link. go to Mark's Basement Arcade and look for Three Jokers. Look at that game, and you will look at it, and you will be like, no way in hell will that game work 100%. Every single thing on that game worked 100% perfectly. But it looked like hell, and it looked like that game would never work, which was crazy to me. That just shows you how good EMs can be if they were done right. But that had rubber bands on it for, for slingshots. It had rubber bands on them that people put on there. But so yeah, check out my Three Jokers. And that is a EM you would swear would never work. And like that one, I put a ball in it, I played a ball, and it worked. Every switch, everything worked properly. When I first plugged it in and restarted it, hit the credit button, boom, all the reels reset perfectly. It was crazy. But anyways, I got some turkey to eat. And you guys kept me almost an hour. I'm going to kill it before we go to 3 hours. So anyways, that's it, everybody. If I am not working next week Sunday, I will be here again. If not, I will be here guaranteed 3 weeks after. Because after that, I am next Sunday is the last day that they can get me to work mandatory overtime, because then I got vacation the rest of the year. So we will work on this, and then once this is done, we will get to my Superstar, and we will work on that, because I already got a video series on it. We don't need to do another video series on Superstar number 2 or whatever. So we will do Superstar after this. Anyways, everybody, take care, and hopefully I will see you next Sunday and I will not have to work. So anyways, where is that button? Okay, I just want to do it seamlessly. Okay, anyways, later everybody, take care.